Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
A woman who stole kids' lemonade stand money never could have predicted the response. With the summer holidays in full swing, 9-year-olds twins Katelyn and Elias Smidt begged their mom to let them open a lemonade stand. Yet this proved to be no ordinary business venture. When one woman's selfish actions put all their hard work in jeopardy, the community banded together in a story of perseverance and hope that soon captured the hearts of millions. While most young kids generally want to spend their summer holidays relaxing and playing with friends, Elias and Katelyn Smidt were a little different. Instead of just lounging around, these 9-year-old twins had a different plan. They wanted to earn, and not for the reason you might expect. Goodness gracious, the kids have been looking forward to having a lemonade stand all summer, their mom, Karen, revealed in a Facebook post in August of 2021. And after much patience and doubtless a fair bit of campaigning, the twins got their wish. Their parents agreed to help them set up their stand. Well, nothing here seems out of the ordinary. Some peculiar things would happen at this particular roadside refreshment kiosk. With the help of their parents, Elias and Katelyn Smidt set up their new venture right outside their home in Ames, Ohio. In reality, the lemonade stand was more of a hobby than a business, with the twins deciding that they wouldn't charge people for their lemonade. Yet that decision still didn't prevent them from earning a juicy profit. Throughout the day, the twins offered a refreshing cup of lemonade to passers-by. Taken aback by the kids' friendliness and generosity, plenty of satisfied patrons left a token of their appreciation in the tips jar. After just a few hours, the twins had amassed somewhere between $50 and $100 in tips. Unfortunately, their good fortune would soon vanish from their grasp. "We've had so many amazing people stop by," Karen noted in a Facebook post. But what happened next turned what started out as a thoroughly enjoyable adventure into an upsetting experience. The mood changed when one particular car pulled up next to the Smidt twins' stand. At the moment this vehicle pulled up next to the stand, Karen was back inside the home making some lemonade. Sadly, her timing could not have been worse. While Elias and Katelyn had simply wanted to bring a smile to people's faces, one person had no interest in treating these kind-hearted children in the manner that they deserved. When the car pulled up, Katelyn, ever eager to please, asked if the occupant wanted some lemonade. This was an offer the woman inside the car was happy to accept. But suddenly, as Katelyn began to pour, the stranger grabbed the tip jar, jumped back in the car, and sped off. Just like that, the twins' day of fun had turned into a nightmare. When she returned to the stand, Karen found herself having to console her heartbroken kids. Commendably, despite the tears, the twins resolved to not allow the awful incident to ruin their day and carried on running their stall. Still, Karen was keen to find some way to heal her children's wounds. Karen admitted that seeing how devastated her children looked had left her with a knot in her stomach. Clearly, something had to be done in order to turn things around. And while both the thief and the money were long gone, some locals proved more than willing to aid the mom in her mission. Having recounted the traumatic incident to a neighbor, Karen was advised to call the police. And while Karen understood that this was technically the right thing to do, she doubted that the cops could help, considering how little information she had about the theft. But little did she realize just how caring people can be sometimes. Local newspaper, the Ames Tribune, reported how Karen did indeed contact the Ames Police Department after talking things over with her neighbor. And fortunately for her, the officers on the other end of the line were more than willing to assist. Along with launching an investigation, one officer came up with a great way to brighten the kids' day. As soon as she heard Elias and Katelyn's story, Selena Rowland instantly felt the urge to assist. The officer quickly spread the news of what happened at the kids' lemonade stand throughout the department, and soon the twins were joined by some unexpected company. "She was absolutely phenomenal with Katelyn," Karen said of Rowland, who came to see the kids after the incident. But while this officer's visit doubtlessly helped to lift the kids' spirit, there was plenty more to come. Following Rowland's visit, huge numbers of first responders from the Ames Police Department all stopped by the stand. "The look on my kids' faces was, you just can't even describe it," Karen told the Ames Tribune, and the fun didn't end there. You see, not all the twins' new patrons were just from the police department. Soon enough, the 9-year-olds were serving members of the Ames Fire Department, the Story County Sheriff's Office, and even Iowa State University Police Department officers. As Karen later told Fox News, Our kids went from scared and unsure how to trust the next person to wide-eyed, smiling, and so excited. Before their newest patrons showed up, Elias and Katelyn had been frightened and hesitant about how to continue after their traumatic experience. Thanks to the officers, though, the kids rediscovered their enthusiasm and even developed enough confidence to reopen their lemonade stand the next day. And while the street was filled with police cars and fire trucks, the twins decided to repay the officers and firefighters who came to support them. As before, the twins still didn't charge for their lemonade, but gave their patrons the opportunity to leave an optional tip. Yet these tips weren't destined for Elias and Katelyn's pockets. Rather, the twins have been inspired to give back to the people who helped them in their hour of need. As reported by the news website, The Western Journal, Elias and Katelyn announced that all the tips they received would be donated to the Shop with a Cop program. This was an initiative that the police department had devised to provide happier holidays to families in need. And little did the kids realize just how enormous of an impact their actions would be on the program. The kids continued operating their lemonade stand over the following days, working so hard that Karen eventually announced on Facebook that they were all exhausted and would be taking a break. As Elias put it, "My back hurt so bad from sitting on that chair without a back for 3 days." After learning how much money they'd raised, though, the twins realized that their respite was well-deserved. Elias and Katelyn's story was soon picked up by several news outlets, with a Venmo account also being set up to help them in their mission. And in just a few days, over $3,000 was donated to the Shop with a Cop program. Karen told the Western Journal that the whole episode just demonstrated how anything can be overcome with effort and care. She said, "This community has shown so many what it looks and feels like to really come together." Please share this with your friends and family.